It is official, guys. Confirmed officially by Arsenal today. Andrea Berta joins Arsenal as a new sporting director. It's finally been announced, and yeah, we're gonna go through his official announcement today and his potential plan. What type of players are we looking at to bring to Arsenal in this big summer transfer window coming up? Firstly, make sure you guys get your thoughts in down below on Andrea Berta. How happy are you with this, of course, new sporting director? Let me know what you guys think of him in the comments. Make sure you guys hit like buttons up and also subscribe channel if you are new as well. So yeah, officially confirmed by Arsenal. Andrea Berta joins Arsenal as new sporting director. You can see him there. Pictured with is this Richard Garlick? I have no idea who this guy. I think he's either Richard Garlick or yeah, I think he looks like that guy. I don't know what this guy's role is, by the way, in Arsenal. I've seen him a few times here and there. I remember him All or Nothing. This guy was with Aubameyang trying to get rid of him, but that's what I know really. Anyway, we're delighted to announce that Andrea Berta is joining the club as new sporting director. Andrea is a hugely respected figure in football and brings him a wealth of knowledge and experience. He's worked in technical roles for Italian sides, and most recently Atletico Madrid. Uh, Andrea spent 12 years at Atleti and played a major role in shaping in the squads which won La Liga titles, as we know, Europa League, Copa del Rey, Super Cups, Super Copa España, getting to Champions League finals. Andrea said, "I'm thrilled to be joining Arsenal in what is a hugely exciting period for the club. I've watched with great interest the way Arsenal have evolved in the recent years, and have admired the hard work that's gone into re-establishing the club as a major force in European football with a passionate following around the world. The club has great values and rich history. I'm looking forward to playing my part in shaping a successful future with a great team. I cannot wait to get started in my new role, and I'm really looking forward to experiencing my first game at the Emirates together with our supporters." So yeah, just quickly, there is reports that he will be at the game on Tuesday night. He will be there watching Arsenal, of course, against Fulham. So co-chair Josh Kroenke said, "Anyone who knows football knows Andrea is an impressive figure. He has a vast knowledge of the game and a great track record, a strong network, and sustainable desire to build winning teams. Andrea will be a great addition to the club. He understands our values and what we stand for. We have no doubt he will be able to push on and take the next steps in a bid to win major trophies. We undertook a thorough recruitment process, and we was hugely impressed with the level of other candidates. But it was Andrea's experience and the success he has uh, enjoyed that stood out. We're really looking forward to working together and welcoming him into the Arsenal family." Everyone at Arsenal welcomes Andrea and the family to his club. So and his family to the club. So there we go. There, Josh Kroenke speaking, Andrea speaking that he's very happy to be at Arsenal. Honestly, like no, real talk, guys. For me, this is a very, very good sort of signing, could you call it? I don't know. But it's a very good, sort of way how we're going about getting this guy in as new sporting director. This is probably the best out there in terms of the other candidates for sure. And when I look at someone like Andrea Berta, it definitely does get a bit of excitement because it's a name, it's him, this guy at Leti for over a decade. Look at some of the signings that this guy made. Look at the success he brought, obviously, to Atletico Madrid. Many, obviously, they won the La Liga titles against two of the best teams in world football, Barcelona and Real Madrid. They got a few Champions League finals. They won a few European trophies. That all comes down to not just Simeone, but also Andrea Berta. Some of the signings like he obviously we know he made when they needed a certain player, they got their certain player at the end of the day. When they needed a striker, they got the striker, and they won the league both times out of that. Arsenal need a striker right now. Let's get a striker and hopefully win the league. As simple as that, really. But obviously, look, a lot of good things about this guy, for sure. Number one, he's got a CV. He's experienced. He clearly knows what he's been doing. He knows how to, be in this role. He knows what obviously comes with it, and he knows how to be within a big club. At Atleti right now, obviously they got transformed because of the likes of Simeone, because of this guy as well. To be honest, into maybe top three clubs in Spain. As we know, with Arsenal, we're the third biggest club in England. We're the biggest club in London based on history. So, I don't think that will get to him in terms of like the pressure of coming to a big club. He's been here. He's worked with Diego Simeone people. He's no sheep at the end of the day. This guy seems ruthless. If you can have a relationship with Diego Simeone for 12 years, then I'm sure you have no problems fitting in at Arsenal, because that's the big thing. Really, was a lot of talk about, oh, Ante and Edu had a falling out, because Edu saw Ante as more power and all this. I don't think in this situation we're going to see with Andrea Berta. I think there has to be a level of respect from each other there. I'm not saying there wasn't respect between Edu and Arteta. I'm just saying, there's a, I think there's a deeper reason why Edu left Arsenal than just going for offering a higher wage. In my personal opinion, I think he saw Arteta having more power at the club, and he didn't like that. I don't think this will be the same situation with Andrea Berta though, and I hope it isn't, because yeah, what this guy has, the track record this guy has, some of the signings that he's brought in, he's brought in the likes of Rodri, as we know, he brought in the likes of Jan Black, and he that nobody really knew. And then look at All Black today, for example. As I said, with the striker situation, I think he brought in David Villa when they needed a striker and they won the league of that season. I think he brought in obviously Antoine Griezmann both times. Let's not forget that. Luis Suarez he brought in as well, and they went on to win the league of that season as well. Um, Obviously, yeah, he has had some signings where I wouldn't say questionable, but didn't really work out. Like Joao Felix's, like Thomas Lamar. But I made this point when we first linked with Andrea Berta. These are players that everyone wanted. People, yeah, we wanted Thomas Lamar. We wanted to offer 80 mil for Thomas Lamar. Let's not forget that, right? We wanted Lamar. Barcelona and Real Madrid wanted Joao Felix from Benfica at the time. He was one of the most hottest prospects. Atleti got there. They put the money ahead and they got him over these clubs, down to Andrea Berta. And we'll talk more about that in a minute on some of the signs that he could benefit with us in terms of getting us over the line. But let's just quickly talk about obviously there's potential signings that this guy could obviously sign, and his potential plan obviously for Arsenal, because there's been quite a few rumors going around. Now, the first one that apparently he's going to be look to get over the line in the summer is, yes, you've guessed it, people, Martin Zubimendi. So, incoming Arsenal sporting director Andrea Berta have a task of completing a deal for Real Sociedad's Martin Zubimendi amid interest in the midfielder from Real Madrid. So, yeah, this would be one of his first sort of signings. We would hope to get over the line is obviously Martin Zubimendi, as we've been hearing recently, so many reports going around the recent days saying that many reports in Spain saying that Real Madrid are trying to hijack the deal. And yeah, it's going to be very hard to turn Real Madrid down for sure. But again, there's also other reports coming out, the likes of, looking from Ornstein coming out and saying that, this, as far as he's aware, this still will still be getting done. And Arsenal saw in a deal advanced sort of stage with Martin Zubimendi. But this is one of the players that Bert is going to obviously know. He's going to recognize him. He's seen him in La Liga. He knows what it's all about. And even before this, we know a big part of this signing was not even to do with Berta, as we know, it's to do with more Edu Gaspar, who wanted this guy. Apparently, Edu set sort of like the foundations for to get this deal done. Edu was a big fan of getting this player in, and looking like Berta will get this guy over the line in the summer. So obviously expect Martin Mendy to obviously come in as well. But what about going more into his former club and looking at some of the players from Atletico Madrid? Now, there's talk of two younger players coming in from Atletico Madrid, which Berta really admires and wants to bring over to Arsenal, and he has that obviously sort of traction there. So Arsenal monitoring Atletico Madrid talent, Andrea Nino, I think his name is. Yeah, Adrian Nino. Sorry, yeah, Adrian Nino from Atletico Madrid. You may never heard of this guy before. He's a highly rated young forward, and apparently, so yeah, 20 years of age, and he's been turning this in Atletico's B team. He's not even playing with the. Well, he's had a few games with the first team, but he's from their academy, like their B team. And Andrea Berta are set to get work at the Emirates. He's linked to Madrid Giants, could make this a transfer to watch. So Nino's rise through the ranks at Atleti has gone unnoticed. Simeone has already brought him into the first team training, and many see him as a future star. Um, let's continue to the main bit. So yeah, Arsenal signed a striker this summer. As we know, this could be one of the players that we could sign. Pardon me. 10 goals in 26 league appearances. Made his first team debut in January 2025 against Leganes, however you pronounce their name there. So yeah, looking like we're just interested in obviously This guy here, Nino, is coming in as the striker there. He's not going to be obviously our main striker, but this one could be one we could keep an eye on in terms of just getting another striker in there as well. Because I do think we're going to need as many attackers as we can get in the summer, and it wouldn't hurt to sign another striker there, a younger striker, just to give a bit of squad another option there, really. And another player who was actually linked with guys from Atletico Madrid was Pablo Barrios or Barrios from obviously the midfielder. Again, Andrea Berta rates him really highly. He wants to bring him over to Arsenal. That seems to be reports there. I think he's like 22 years of age and another younger player there. So do not be surprised if we see Berta goes to his former club and you know knock on their door and get a few of their players that he thinks could come over to Arsenal and be a good asset for us. So those are the main two we've got to look at there. Of course, I mean, when you look at Atletico Madrid, and there's one I want, I would love Arsenal to go and get Julian Alvarez. I really would. I think Alvarez would be brilliant for Arsenal. He's already done in the Premier League. He's proven himself in the Premier League. He's proven himself right now. But I would love Arsenal to go. It's going to take like over 100 million. I don't see that happening. But if we talk about players from Atletico Madrid, I would love Arsenal to go and sign. Um, Obviously, Julian Alvarez for sure. But I just wanted to finish on this with the whole because I know what people were saying, and that is going to go around about Alexander Isak, and I know it's going to be a story that's going to bore a lot of people, and it's going to be draining to hear every single day. But I want to say this with Alexander Isak. I think we got a good chance of signing him in the summer. I really do. Listen, I'm not saying we are going to sign him. I don't. Am I confident we're going to sign him? Not necessarily, because I think it wouldn't surprise me if he stays at Newcastle. They just won the League Cup. They're most likely going to get some sort of European football this season. Make potentially, the Champions League. They could get there because fifth place is Champions League this season. I do see him staying at Newcastle. If I'm being honest, for one more season, I think he stays. We know it's going to take a lot of money to bring this guy in, but I'll leave you with this, people. Right, the reason why I got a little bit of confidence with this Berta guy coming in because he's proved that I've hit my mic. Sorry, he's proved that he can get signings over the line. He's proved that when other teams are in for certain players, like look at Joao Felix. How many teams are in for Joao Felix? Look how many teams are in for Thomas Lemar, right? With Isak right now, we know there's gonna be so many teams trying to get bids in for this guy, trying to test the waters to try and put in a bid. We know Newcastle set their price 150 million, as simple as that, but he has a price there at least. At the end of the day, I'm confident with this. But if we needed a player, and they say if Liverpool wanted him or someone like this, I'm confident that he can get us over the line in terms of these certain. If we're talking about Isak, I'm confident with a guy like Berta. He's proved already that he can. He's not afraid to splash the money. He's not afraid to splash the cash on players. When there's a player out there, he's not afraid to be ruthless. Yeah, he's not afraid to. He has that ruthless, you know, about him that he will get over the line and he will, sign on players. And that show with Joao Felix and Thomas Lemar. Yes, it didn't work out, but is that really in terms of Berta's, do you put it all on Berta or do you put it more on the system of Diego Simeone and how they didn't fit his system? Joao Felix and how Joao Felix had a falling out with Diego Simeone. Yes, I know he's not gone and hit the ground running elsewhere, Joao Felix. I do hear that as well. But at the time, let's not kid ourselves. We would have taken Joao Felix, and we almost got Thomas Lemar as well. We almost was going to pay 80 million for him. So let's not forget that, people. But Atleti came in saying we wanted him, and they got him. And yeah, it didn't work out. But my point is like he's already shown a level of ruthlessness that he's not afraid to get over the line. If he wants to play, you get a player. If Arsenal need a position, he gets a position. Yeah, and that proved that Atletico Madrid, when they needed a striker, they got a striker, and they won the league from it both times as well. So this director fills me so much confidence that we can get these players over the line. Isak may be a bit out of the question for this season, but when we're looking at other targets around there right now, like Victor Gyökeres is, if we want Sesko, then it's gonna have to be Sesko, ain't it? I'm not a big fan of Sesko to be our main guy, but I'm confident that we can get deals over the line. I'm confident that we have, a proper summer window. I'm really confident with this new director. He's gonna do what's required because we've not done what's required in majority of the transfer windows. Just be honest with it, people. Right? I'm confident with Andrea Berta that he can do what's required and he can get us over the line and sign the players that he needs and what he wants as well as of course Arteta. They have to have that relationship there for sure. And I'm confident that we can go really far with Andrea Berta, guys. So Love to hear you guys' thoughts. Make sure you hit like buttons up, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Welcome to Arsenal, Andrea Berta.